Srila Guru Maharaj, one of his ontological themes is gradation or variety. Variety of tastes, variety of relationships, everywhere. He would say, sometimes, equality, we hate it. Once my sister-in-law said, oh, like conservatives. She liked that. And I've said, under the influence of this type of thought, where he's saying, no two atoms are alike, totally identical. Everything is unique. So Americans, they pride themselves on the wit and wisdom of Thomas Jefferson, brilliant man, who Kennedy once said they have an annual dinner at the White House with all the journalists, and he said he also had some wit, and he said, looking at all these journalists and brilliant people, he said, I think this is the greatest assembly of intellect in the White House for a dinner, with the exception perhaps of when Thomas Jefferson dined alone. So that man, Declaration of Independence, other things, okay, begins with, all men are created equal. So they like to say that, yes, that's the promise that is America. All men are created equal. But a faulty statement. It did not include women, nor people of color, and other types of living beings. So, not one to be known for a lack of audacity. I like to restate that as to be more inclusive, that all beings are eternally unique. This is a beautiful thing. Like the French have the saying, vive la différence. The differences between us sometimes bring us into conflict, but from another point of view, are to be celebrated. The individuality, the uniqueness. I tried to remind people in China recently and elsewhere that you are eternally unique individual. When we say Jive Swarupai Krishnera Nityadas, that is the meaning. You have a unique identity. There aren't two of you. There, even when there are identical twins, they're different. Superficially, they're the same, but internally different. I was sitting next to a lady on an airplane once, and she had two little girls, her daughter, twins. And they look like they're like 3 or 4 years old. And she said, this one is like a girly girl. They're dressed identically. She's very feminine and delicate, her movements. She said, this one, like a tomboy. They looked identical, but their personalities are different, unique. So when I heard the world's leading authority on Hinduism speak at the University of California at Los Angeles, A.L. Basham, he wrote a famous book called The Wonder That Was India. So pre-Wikipedia, pre-internet, when there was the encyclopedia, he would write the entry for Hinduism and other things. And in his talk, discussed many things. But you could tell I consider him, and as others do, a closet Krishnite that shows many natural predisposition toward Krishna conception and Vishnu Bhakti, and just the whole, what is the wonder that is India. when it came to Mayavad, you could argue the Shankarites versus the Vaishnavites and Madhva and Ramanuja, but he put it very nicely at one point on the idea that we're all one. He said, I don't know if I want to be you. Finished. He said it's so like, ugh. So he dismissed Mayavad in one little statement. I don't know if I want to be you. Right? So Krishna consciousness is the ultimate celebration of diversity. Really, to the extreme.